Faculty governance.
University governance.
Faculty governance.
Faculty governance.
Faculty governance.
Governance.
So, you want to know about faculty governance?
Shared governance is a fundamental part of the university.
Encourage you to join faculty
The
governance.
reality is that governance has always been fundamental to the
It's
university.
really important to get involved with faculty governance, although it may be frustrating at times.
I'd like to say to you as future faculty members how imperative it is to be a member of faculty governance.
That getting involved in governing is really important, especially since we are so involved. It's very different than managing.
I want to say to those of you who are watching this sometime in the future that the reason I got involved in university governance was because somewhere in my final tenure promotion evaluation, somebody wrote, "We hope that he gets involved in university governance sometimes." And although it did not affect my promotion, it did affect my thinking.
No, I strongly recommend that that you serve, or that people serve in faculty governance, and it's been very rewarding for me, especially being on the academic senate.
It perplexes me that faculty don't serve.
So I have a lot of experience working on committees, which has actually been quite difficult for somebody who is very introverted by nature like me.
Your colleagues in 2014 are working very, very hard to preserve academic freedom in the institution of shared governance itself. And those of us involved in the process hope that we're having an impact. We hope that it's working.
Being involved in governance here is really crucial. There are very few jobs in the world where a group like us gets to determine so many of the parameters of our work life, and if we don't want to do that work, others will be happy to do it for us.
I think of faculty governance also as an extension of that peer review that we use for everything. Your peers sit on governance. It's your peers making a judgment. How can you teach? How can you do research? How can you serve the community? We know what's needed in those kinds of things, and we know what kinds of resources we need to ask the administration and others to give us. So if we aren't going to do it, somebody else will.
The best piece of advice so far that was given to me when I was first elected by another past chair. When she said, you have to remember that more than anything else, you're just a conduit.
On balance, heavily on balance, I would say that the experience has always been incredibly rewarding and very positive. I decided to become chair of the faculty because I came back from a sabbatical kind of bursting with a message.
It's been very interesting realizing my role within the bigger picture, within the wider framework of the CSU, as well as and especially within the intricate workings of this university. And it's been fun and actually really cool to get to know more people.
Not only are you able to serve in a capacity that helps your fellow faculty and your colleagues, but to that end, you're also working in a capacity that helps better serve each and every one of our students. And that indeed is what we do as teachers. That's why we came to teaching. That's why we're faculty at a university.
What I'm hoping that you're still doing is thinking of faculty governance as one of the main infrastructures that helps us do our primary mission.
The primary area of purview in faculty governance is over the curriculum and its connection to the academic mission of the university.
I want to give a little bit of background. The reality is that governance has always been fundamental to the university. Though originally based on tradition, as the university has become increasingly more like an American corporation, it is the Higher Education Employment Relations Act, a state law that requires faculty governance on all public universities in the state of California. This means that whether management of the university likes it or not, the faculty has to participate in the running of the university as it deals with curriculum and other major issues.
The reasons I would give you to encourage you to join faculty governance is you get to meet people from other departments who you may never get to meet otherwise. You get to know what's going on in the university.
And especially if you get to be on the executive committee, you really get to talk to the president and the provost in a fairly intimate setting and ask them questions and to have some role in shaping the future of the university.
So my advice would be find something that you're really, really passionate about, whether it's the rights of faculty or the curriculum or the rights of students, and those cover most of the standing committees of the Academic Senate, or whether it's being directly involved in those decisions at the Senate level and serving as a senator, to find what you really are passionate about at the university and then participating in a committee that helps move those concepts forward.
If you get involved, you have to speak up. If you sit on the Senate, you have to talk.
Anybody who is in that position of saying, I have something to say, I want the campus to hear it, maybe has a responsibility to come forward and say it, even if it's not a particularly easy thing.
It is important because faculty have a vested interest in the way the university is run, because the way the university is run impacts what we do in the classroom. It impacts our research. It impacts academic freedom. It impacts pedagogy. It impacts how the university's money is spent. And ultimately, it impacts our ability to make a contribution to this enterprise we call higher education.
It's very empowering to realize that we actually have the potential to affect positive change.
Faculty governance is a good thing for a couple of reasons. Probably most importantly, if you get involved in faculty governance, it breaks the parochialism that we get as university professors who never much get out of our departments year after year. Faculty governance brings the entire university faculty together to talk about things of mutual interest. But more importantly than that is you learn about all the incredible things your colleagues do.
Ever forget that there is no such thing as the faculty point of view.
Early in your career, I hope you'll get involved in governance activities that help you learn about what's happening on campus, things like the scholarship committee or the faculty subcommittee on sponsored programs, help you see the amazing variety of things and great things that people are doing all over campus. And then getting involved in broader governance activities is a great way to learn about how this place runs and be right in the thick of it and have a say. There's a lot of truth to this saying that this place is run by those who show up, and I encourage you to show up.
When I was chair of the faculty and so forth, it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. I worked with just the neatest people and had a lot of fun, and really felt like I was doing something good. I knew, never doubted once that it was a worthwhile thing to do, which is not the same as saying that it was always fun.
So faculty governance gives you a much broader perspective, despite the frustration of the fact that the good ideas brought forth by the faculty in the Senate and in the committees are frequently ignored or underplayed by management who has another agenda. At the same time, it does have the possibility of moving us forward, and it does make us a much stronger faculty because we have a better understanding not only of what we do, but what our colleagues do and how it all fits together. And that's, after all, it's the university, the Catholicism of the university that provides the quality education, which is the reason that faculty do this in the first place.
I can dream big, and everyone who serves on faculty governance can dream big, to offer the best that we can to our students, to have the best educational experience for our students, the best scholarship for each other as colleagues, and really have that rich community and town and gown experience that one can have when they serve in faculty governance.
Why not? Get involved. Help assure that there's going to be a Sonoma State for future generations of students and for the future of the state of California. Why govern? Why help? Because without your help, you will not be able to have a university that is vital, vibrant, and a new model in a new age. Thank you for listening.